Hello Aries, and welcome to the Mystic Messenger Tarot. This is your reading for September 2019. And let's see, the planetary happenings were there was a new moon in Virgo on the 30th. So sun was in Virgo, moon was in Virgo. Very diligent time, get things done. Kind of a humanitarian time. Virgos are very humanitarian. But also we have the continuation of all the retrograde planets. So Neptune, Saturn, Chiron, as well as Pluto are all going backwards or retrograde. I think Saturn's kind of going to be skidding to a station around the 17th or 18th, and then it will go direct after a very long time of going retrograde or backwards. So in addition to that, it is still, because everything is going backwards, everything is going retrograde, it's still mask peeling time, it's still unfurling the mysteries, and lots of answers that are coming to us. The next thing that's happening is there will be a full moon on the 14th in Pisces. So this will be a harvest moon. So it should be one of those beautifully, visually orange harvest moons. So that is the basics of what's happening, Aries. And let me find my space. I'm sorry. I like to call in all the directions, call in all the planets. What is above, so it is below. And this is a reading for Aries, month of September, in the year 2019. Okay, I'm going to give this just a quick little shuffle. All right, here we go, Aries. Let's see what's happening. Oh, Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles is usually an earth sign. That's a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. Let's see. Page of Pentacles. Also, so you've got a couple of Pentacles. You may be either looking at making some money, readjusting your budget, might have lost a job, but it does look like money is one of the main focuses this month. Chariot could be travel. Little disappointment. Something disappointed you. There is the Empress. 8. Sun upside down, so you may be doing a little do-overs. Usually when the sun is right side up, that is basically new beginnings. You have the Ace of Swords upside down, so you may have had a harsh discussion with someone, and the Ace of Cups, possibly new love, soulmate, or redoing a love space. Okay, and you've got quite a lot of, you've got a King and a Queen here, and an Empress, so you have some higher echelon cards here. So it does look like you're on your path a little firmer, but making a little tweaks to things that are going on. So let's start at the beginning. Queen of Pentacles. And usually queens, they don't necessarily stand for a woman. It could be a man or a woman. It's usually someone over 30 if it is a person. This Queen of Pentacles, as I said, is an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. So you may be focusing on someone that is an earth sign. In general, this Queen of Pentacles stands for generosity, being a good manager, a practical, good advisor, and fair with money. I am feeling a little money stuff coming up right now, so your focus may be a little on either making money, a new way of making money, saving, but it does look like that you have a small bit of focus on money, either how to make it or how to save it. Maybe even getting a new job, if that is in the cards for you. But I am feeling this does represent a person. So there may be a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo in your life that needs a little bit extra help. It does feel like you are paying a little bit more attention, that you have worked out some negative things, or maybe how you communicate with each other. It does feel like a respect level has been reached from both of you, and that it does feel like this Queen of Pentacles might have been a little bit nosy, a little bit too much in your space. So this may be a maternal person. This may be a mother or a father that's a little bit too much in your business, but it does look like some conversation took place recently and that you have come to an agreement of really accepting each other as grown-ups instead of one have authority over the other. So it does feel like you're in a really good place. It also feels like the Queen of Pentacles is here to remind you to put things in order, be practical about where and how you spend your money. And it does feel like some of that frivolity that you have kind of gone into needs to be held at bay. So it does feel like some attention to either saving or cleaning up a bill must come first before the frivolity. So it does look like you have had a shift in how you either spend your money, make your money, or save it. What crosses you is this Page of Pentacles. Page can be children, but for the most part, pages are about messages. And this can be a verbal message. This could be an email, a physical letter. And Pentacles are also about money. So you may have gotten a positive news. Usually, Pages of Pentacles are about good news around a problem, resolving. It can be money or material goods, worldly ambition. So you may have gotten a letter in the mail or an email that you've been either offered a job, offered a some kind of financial aid if you are going to school. But it does look like something that you've been kind of working on for a while. You might have forgotten about for a moment, but that's going to be knocking on your door. And it does look like it's good news about money, either saving it, being gifted it, could be even, getting a loan, a student loan, something like that you've been looking at and trying to figure out for a little bit. What is above you here? This is the Four. This is a Four of Wands, and this is usually jubilation, connection with people, people that accept you unconditionally. This can be anything from a family gathering to a religious gathering to just you and your bestie going to play pool or going to a movie. But it does look like really enjoying the people that are around you. It does look like over the last 6 to 9 months that you've been kind of letting go of destructive relationships, whether they were interpersonal, whether they were within your love intimacy space, or whether they were family or friends. It does look like you have kind of pared things down to the people that are reciprocal, the people that are unconditional, and you're enjoying that space now. People aren't so demanding. It looks like there was a lot of demand on your time the last maybe 6 months or 9 months, kind of unreasonably so, doing things for them that they were perfectly capable of doing themselves. So it does look like you have hit a bit of autonomy as well as reconnecting with people that truly enjoy you and have no expectations other than your smile and your wonderful heart space. So the Chariot is here. It is in the past position. This can be finding balance, not only spiritual balance, emotional balance. It does look like you have done some hard work with relieving yourself from some of these unnecessary pulls on your energy, money, and time. You've been able to free yourself up to really look at what your highest expectations are. What are your greatest joys and dreams? So it does feel like some things are coming into focus. This may have been returning to school. This may be saving for a lifelong journey that you've wanted to take, some kind of travel, but it does feel like you are much more in balance. You are moving forward. The Chariot here is to remind us that we're moving forward, Aries. So it does look like you have relieved yourself of some of the entanglement from the past and maybe got caught up in some promises that really weren't serving you, that were really kind of one-sided. So it does look like the balance is a lot more equal, and it does look like you are striving forward and have some pretty good ideas and pretty good dreams that you are working towards for the future. So this change does look like it's something that has just happened. It feels like the payoff is just happening from all that hard work that you've done in the past. There's a 5 up here, and 5s are usually about disappointments, things that don't work out, but if you have no expectations, you won't be disappointed, is my my theory. But it does look like that you have some things that didn't work out. This could have been a relationship from the past. This could be about money. This could be about hopes and dreams that didn't come through. But it does look like you are a very blessed person. You have very important commitments in your life. You have very important relationships and people who love you completely, unconditionally, and love you enough to say, "Hey, get out of your funk there." But it does look like you've been having a little bit of a pity party, Aries. It does look like the end of this pity party because things are really turning around and you have a lot of things to be grateful for. But this does feel like the residue or the remnants of maybe a failed marriage, could be a failed relationship, maybe losing a house, losing a job. So it does look like you kind of revisited this bit of sorrow so you can really get over it, release it, and go over this bridge into the future with your gratitude. But it does look like you have people who love you very much, speak their truth to you all the time, and that you are very much held in the community that you are in. It does look like some of this stuff might have been a bit of a secret life that didn't work out, so maybe that's why you're not able to share this sorrow. But it's time to dust yourself off and get going over that bridge into the unknown, into your greatest triumphs that are waiting for you right over that bridge, Aries. The Empress is here. She is a nurturer. She can also stand for pregnancy. So for those of you who want to meet and master pregnancy, it does look like there is some ripeness to that. But for the most part, the Empress is here to remind us to not only plant the seeds of our greatness, but to water it and nurture it and give to yourself. Spirit is telling me it's time to give to yourself, that you have been kind of giving unconditionally to either children or a spouse or a partnership, could be parents, but it does look like that shift. There's been a big shift, so your kids may have grown up and moved out, or at least got more autonomized, start doing things for themselves a little bit more. It does feel like some of your time has been freed up, that you have been spending with other people, focusing on other people. So it does look like it's time to gift to you. So I am feeling going back to school, taking some more classes, gifting yourself with knowledge and things just for you, that you don't have to juggle other people's schedule, or soccer practice, or your wife's knitting class. It does look like you get to focus on you and really nurture yourself for a while. All right, Aries, the basis of all this is it's like the Nine of Cups, and this is all about walking away. Eight. This is all about walking away. So it does look like you had some pretty melted in stone ideas before, and there was no leeway. But it does look like that wasn't the best for you. It didn't bring you your smile, and it does look like you were kind of trapped in this ideology of what you should be instead of what you are. So it does look like you have come to some acceptance of who you are in this world and where you are going. It does look like you had to walk away from maybe a perfect picture of two that did not work out. It may have been that you learned your karma with that partner. It does feel like you've walked away from a very large relationship that is no longer serving you, and it does look like you had some years behind you, possibly even decades for some of you. Some of you, maybe not so long, but it does look like you had to walk away from an idea that never really came to fruition and never was created. It takes two. It really does take two in a relationship, and it does not feel like it was equal. So it does feel like maybe one was more financially capable, but not emotionally capable, and one was more emotionally capable than financially. And it does feel like some promises were broken, and you just have to walk away from that. Leave your anger in the past. It's not doing much for you other than propelling you into your greatness. So it's time to walk away from all that sadness. It doesn't serve you anymore, and it's just a little constipated. It does not keep you rolling into your greatness. The sun is here, and that is upside down, so it does look like you may have had to revisit some things from the past. So, maybe child support has ended. Maybe some payments that you were getting used to has come to an end. So it does feel like something financially has shifted for you, that you do have to clean up some messes. It does feel like some communication is required on your part. This communication upside down is here. So there may be some outstanding bills that you're ignoring. Please do not ignore them, Aries. They will come looking for you. So take a step into your certainty. Give them a call. Let them know what is going on. Make a payment plan. You can do that for as low as $20 a month, as long as you show a willingness to make that change. But it does feel like it's around communication. Some communication is really needed from you that you are not gifting. And it does seem like it has something to do with your survival. So if you're going to be late on the rent, Aries, let them know. Work something out. Do not hide. I know that Aries sometimes have a propensity to go inside your room, just haul up, get lots of pillows, and binge instead of making those phone calls. So no avoidance of communication. This ace is really, really clear about that. The aces are the hands of God. So it does feel like some communication is needed that you are hiding from. So please step into that space of communication. And swords, that is about communication. That is about higher intellect. Aces, usually those are hands of God. And when it comes swords, that's about upside down. It's about frustration, delays, and tension. So don't add to that for yourself by not communicating. So really step into that communication space, even if it's something that they do not want to hear. It does feel around money. It does feel around making arrangements. This is the six. This is the Six of Pentacles. This is here to remind you, if you are gifting to someone, either financially, emotionally, spiritually, psychically, make sure that they are worthy of it and that they can handle it themselves. This also feels like a warning to you, sweet Aries. You are very capable of handling your own business. It does feel like there are some things that are coming back to you that maybe somebody else has handled as in responsibilities from the past, but it does feel like you are very capable, very balanced. It does feel like your fears are coming up, that you haven't done these things in a while. Maybe you haven't paid a full mortgage in a while, and your partnership has released. You are perfectly capable of handling everything is in front of you. So put that fear down. But it does feel like the more you're avoiding it, the more it's stacking up. So it's time to gather your big girl pants or your big boy pants, have a full latte, and get to working. So if this means starting looking for a job, start doing it. Start doing it, Aries. But it does look like some responsibilities that were always yours have been handed back to you, and that you're a little frightened about it. You're so capable, Aries. Now it's time to get things done. Get out of your own way and get things done. The King of Cups is here, and kings are about being the highest exalted in your essence. Cups can be a water sign. This can be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. It does feel like someone of great importance to you is maybe even transitioning, might be ill at this time. It's someone that you love very, very deeply. It does not have to be a water sign, but it does feel like someone that has been kind and very trustworthy, somebody that always had your best interest and never really held back on their honesty, on how they feel about your choices in the world. It does feel like you've hit this big, big growth space that you've been kind of trundling along, and this King of Cups has kind of propelled you in and encouraged you into doing this. This can be an older person, someone over 40. It does feel like someone in your heart space. It doesn't necessarily, it can be a husband, it can be, a parent, a grandparent, but it is someone has your best interest at heart, and it does feel like someone that always speaks their truth. You may not like it, but it's someone who always speaks their truths and has your best interest at heart. It is someone that you love very, very deeply, and it does feel like they may be transitioning into the next world, or that they may be ill at this time and require a little more attention from you than you normally give. All right, Aries, that is your general reading for the month of September. I'm going to throw a couple of these chakra cards. And for clarity, we have completion. So it's really time to walk away from this. As my dear friend said, stop whining and get to work. It's time to complete this. You have much more important things in your world to look at and to create than to be stuck in the past, whining about something that really wasn't healthy for you in the first place. So it's really time to complete those cycles. And joy, time to really embrace that joy. And it does feel like you are a little bit more. Every step that you're releasing this energy from the past and releasing the anger and kind of insecurities and fear, that you are really embracing your joy of everyday life and keeping things really simple in the world for you. All right, sweet Aries, that is your reading for the month of September. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back at the end of the month for your October reading. And if you'd like a one-on-one reading, I have some availability now. I'm starting to fill up for the end of September, beginning of October, but I can be reached at mysticmessenger.net. And in the meantime, live life gently, but with fire. Namaste.